All right, guys, we're gonna kick this thing back open, man. You guys already know I'm pissed off. I'm highly upset, but it's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got Vach Lombardi. We're gonna express his opinion and his thoughts out here on wax. Go ahead, Vach, man. Tell it like it is, man.
Man, first of all, Lord, thanks for having me, bro. And I'm gonna be real careful to not use no cuss words on this because I don't want you to quit YouTube for 5 minutes again. So let me just be controlled in what I say, man. But I'm kind of disappointed in the Cowboys fans that's out here eating the cheese, man. That's out here drinking the Kool-Aid. Like we saw what happened last week, and I blame it on the lineup we had. You know, we missing a Pro Bowl running back. We missing your Pro Bowl left tackle. Maybe we don't have good depth, but we missing a Pro Bowl left tackle or a Pro Bowl, in my opinion, linebacker. And we come out here with the same team this week, and we act like nothing different than last week. We know we having problems at left tackle, and it showed. We know. I mean, Alfred had a good game, but Alfred was out there looking clumsy, man. We know we ain't got the same situation at running back, but we sitting here acting like, so get rid of Zach Martin. We need to get rid of this guy. We need to get rid of Jay. It's the same thing, man. Why are we eating the cheese, bro? Law, I saw somebody in your comments. I ain't just make this up. They say Zach Martin is a liability. I want to know what they smoking. I want to know what they drinking, fam. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of disappointed in you a little bit, Law. You my mans, man.
Bring it to me, bro. Bring it to me, man. Bring it to me. Talk to me.
You was like, man, Sean Lee hurt. We need to let him go.
31 years old, man. At this point, what I'm saying is not trying to let him go for good. What I'm saying is, at this point, you got to make some plans and process like the Eagles do, and like the Patriots do. At this point, we got to figure out something.
Bam. Somebody was. Dog. Okay, first of all, if Sean Lee get hurt, he doesn't play for us. Cool. You know, if we let go of Sean Lee, he also doesn't play for us. Like it's the same result. It's the same result.
I'm not saying let him go. You got what can you get from him then?
You look, man, Sean Lee is more important on our team than he would be on somebody else's team. And let's not act like the whole Sean Lee injury bug is a thing now, because it's not. Because the past few years he's been healthy since we moved him to will linebacker. But he had a little hamstring problem, and he came back in 2 weeks. He probably should have been out for 3, but we rushed him back in 2 weeks, and it's another hamstring problem. It's not like he out here tearing up his ACL again. It ain't like he tearing up his shoulders and his wrist and his neck again. This ain't that same Sean Lee. He's been healthier since we moved him to will. It's just that same hamstring problem. So let's not eat the cheese in the fact that we don't know what Sean Lee can do while he playing. I saw somebody in your comments say, "Law, do we need to sign Reggie Bush?" What the H word we gonna do with Reggie Bush? What we gonna do with Reggie Bush?
Now, this is the thing is when I say, and that's crazy right there. But this is the thing is when I say letting a player go, I'm talking about understudies. Who's gonna be filling in the shoes? Is Jalen Smith Sean Lee's understudy? Is he going to be the next guy to fill in the shoes? What is we doing out here? Who's going to be? Let me hear you on this. Who's going to be Sean Lee's understudy? We had Reuben Foster on the board. We passed him up. We had other defensive players that we could have got out there in the draft. Cool. We picked up Taco. What's he supposed to do? He's going to be the 94's replacement, or he's going to be the David Irvin's replacement, or D-Law replacement? What was our mindset with that? And who in the hell is going to fill up the gap for number 88? He is not doing his job out there.
Those are all great questions, Law Nation. Let me say this, fam. Mm-hmm. Like, if the Cowboys have a problem with depth, say that. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to blame this on Garrett. If we have a depth problem, say we have a depth problem. Now, I agree. We should be better in case something happened to Tyron Smith. We should be better if something happened to Sean Lee. But let's not act like those Pro Bowl guys being gone ain't the problem. I heard you say, well, the Patriots would do this, the Patriots would do that. We ain't the Patriots. we are not the Patriots. We are the Dallas Cowboys. We don't have Bill Belichick, the GOAT coach. We have a good coach in Jason Garrett. We got to make it shake with a good coach. We don't have the GOAT Tom Brady. It's rare you see two GOATs on one team, fam.
Well,
you don't see that. We got Dak Prescott and we got Jason Garrett. We got to make it shake with that. I'm gonna answer your question. Hang tight. As far and on that same topic, you made another comment about the Eagles or whatever. You was like, well, we lost Zeke Elliott, they lost Darren Sproles. Fam, that ain't the same thing. That is not the same thing.
Well, I wasn't putting that in the same box, but what I'm saying is they going out and picking up players they knew for sure it was going to be a detriment to their team. They said, hey, okay, what can we do to help aid that so we won't be looking like clueless fools out there? What I'm saying is we knew this Ezekiel Elliott situation was going on for quite some time now, and we didn't make no adjustments. Now, who are we putting everything in the hat and everything in the tent for Rod Smith to be the fill-in gap, or did we really said, okay, Ezekiel Elliott is going to win this situation, and number 46 is going to be our backup plan?
Are we really sure that 46 is a bad backup plan, knowing that Tyron Smith ain't playing? 40 Smith may be a good backup plan. It's just that we happen to be missing Tyron Smith when all this is going on. And to answer your previous question, as far as who's the understudy, why do we have Jalen? Why do we have Taco Charlton? Let me ask you this: look at 2017 DeMarcus Lawrence, then look at 2014 DeMarcus Lawrence. They two different people, man. And sometimes you got to grow into this thing. David Irvin been good, but he ain't been that dude that he is this year. We got him off the Chiefs practice squad 2015, something like that. I don't have the dates in front of me, but it take years for these guys to get right, man. We taking this 27th overall pick, Taco Charlton. We said, all right, Taco, we got you at the end of the first round. Be good. Be as good as these guys. And when you look across the league, you know, guys like Charles Harris that got drafted, he's kind of having some problems. Tack McKinley whooped Chaz Green a handful of times, but Tack he's not out here being amazing. We saw TJ Watt, we go, I want TJ Watt. But when you look at all the rest of the defensive ends, they not TJ Watt neither. So let's just get off of that train, man. As far as Jalen Smith, yes, he can run around now, but he just had drop foot. On top of that, he is also a rookie. This is second year, but he's a rookie. He didn't play football last year. So I wish we would stop being so fast forward. We'll stop being so microwave. We got spoiled. It came out rookie year production. It don't always work like that, fam. You got to get acclimated to the league, man. That's why we have these fifth year options on these first round contracts. These guys got to figure the game out. They got to get in their man body. They got to learn their playbook. They got to get polish and technique. Taco not gonna be great today. Can we give this man more than 9 games to beat Lane Johnson? Lane Johnson been doing this for 9-10 years, man. Can we give Taco some time?
Okay.
Dang.
We get Taco some time, but at the same time, do you have 3-4 years for
Time
Taco?
out. Pause this. Pause this. Time out. I'm looking at your comments right now. Somebody said Joey Bosa balling. Joey Bosa was the 3rd overall pick, fam. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me.
Yeah,
fam.
stop. Hey, we ain't saying that Taco was the 3rd overall pick, but look here, 2014. Let's look back at the D-Law scenario, right? 2014, D-Law. In 2015, D-Law, he wasn't trash. He wasn't trash on those years. Now
he wasn't trash, but he wasn't leading the league. He wasn't leading the league in sacks.
Was he Taco?
Hell, I ain't Taco, but Taco Taco ain't low. Look, man, everybody ain't gonna be. And Cowboys, look. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I sound not like a Cowboys fan right now, but Cowboys fans make me sick drawing comparisons to other people. Ooh, Zeke gonna be like Emmett, and Dak gonna be like Aikman, and Dez could be like no.
But
They just gonna be Dak, Zeke, Dez.
But
That's it.
I'm gonna jump off the players on this situation. But what I'm talking about is the game, the game plan and the temperament of the game. What is the philosophy of the game? Even though you had Tyron Smith out, right? This game was very winnable. But when you didn't make those second half adjustments, that would grind my gears.
Look at this word. Here you go. Look at this word.
Break it down. What happened to the second half adjustment?
Let me say this.
Break it down to me, man.
Y'all want to know why we're so bad on offense? Because we walked out there with Dez, T. Will, and doggone Cole Beasley, 3 receivers against that all DB look. Because y'all want to help blocking the defensive end. Y'all didn't want to leave y'all left tackle on the island out there. So that created less receiving options. And when you're Dak Prescott and you got less receiving options, a quarterback that thrives on having multiple receiving options, what you think gonna happen? You're gonna hold the ball longer, damn it, because you got people in there blocking. You're gonna hold the ball longer. You're gonna try to fit balls in the tight windows. That happens, man.
Look, all I can say is from here, the offense stalled out. This defense stepped up and they showed their butt off the first half. I'm looking at it right now. This team could have really put the game away if they was able to score when they was in the red zone. But they just figured out a way to not score. That was just from my observation. You saw when we ran the ball all the way down, Switch finally showed up in the game, and we was on our side of the field. And what happened? 3 points.
Law, you know why the Colts are such a bad team? Because they lack at the left tackle position. And they lack at the running back position. I like Frank Gore, but Frank Gore ain't amazing. Frank Gore ain't Frank Gore where he's not Frank Gore that he used to be. When you look at bad teams across the league, every team is talented, Law. This is a National Football League. Every team is talented. But when you take good players and mix them in with scrubs, the doggone Jacksonville Jaguars been winning the offseason for the past 5 years. What makes it different this year is that they filling in places, man. They went to go draft the left tackle in Cam Robinson. They went to go get a stud running back in Leonard Fournette, and the Jags look different all of a sudden. They still got a scrub at quarterback, but they at least got those people in place. Yes, the Cowboys got talent. Damn, Byron Bell right there. We acting like Byron Bell ain't right there.
But what explained that pass, man, to Dez, man, that passing to Dez? Break that down to me. Help me understand, man.
Which pass, the interception?
No, not the interception. That quick screen pass to the outside. They did it about 40 times this game.
That's what you got to do when your left tackle garbage, man. Look, you have 2 options when you have bad blocking up front. You either get rid of the ball quicker or you block him with multiple people. You saw when the Cowboys lined up with doggone 3 tight ends and damn 1 receiver, and they was throwing the ball out there. Look, that's not efficient. So you got to line up in empty and get rid of the ball quick. So all you got is slant sometimes. And if they choose to double team Beasley, Terrence not gonna really whoop people one-on-one really like that. So yeah, that's all we had. I mean, what else was we gonna do? Drop back and get sacked? We had to get rid of the ball quick. I don't know what people want from us, man. I don't know what people want from what Cowboys fans want from the Cowboys. They see these other teams and they go, man, Tom Brady throwing the ball good. I want Dak to throw the ball like that. That's Tom Brady, fam. Yeah, I see Bill Belichick coaching like this. I want Jason Garrett to coach like that. Bam, that is Jason Garrett. Now, I will agree, Dez ain't elite. Cool, Dez ain't elite. But but we've seen Dak be productive when Dez ain't been elite. You need other people to be elite. Mm-hmm. Besides Dak Prescott, who else on the offense is playing good football right now? Dak Prescott, your center and your right guard. Who else is playing good football right now?
Nobody.
That's 3 out of 7 people, man. You're going to look at Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan? Y'all ain't doing something right. Look at your defense, man. Besides Irvin, Xavier Woods played good in my opinion. And like DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else playing good on your defense right now? You got to stop looking at coaches at some point, and you got to look at the doggone players, man. It's easy to say Jason Garrett because that's what the media do to y'all. The media say You know what y'all do? You know what y'all do? Y'all walk around all day Saturday saying I hate Stephen A. Smith because he hate the Cowboys. Then damn Monday y'all go watch him. Y'all go watch Stephen A. Smith and everything he say. Y'all, we need to fire Jason Garrett. Dak Prescott not big time. And y'all believe it. They said and y'all believe it.
Did you get a chance to watch that?
Play,
and I know I can't say this. I know I can't say this because it's the Saints and that's Drew Brees and he's a what you call that guy? A weapon of mass destruction back there. Switch arm and knife or however he passed ball to Kamara. Yeah. Now they won that game off of sheer what? How did they win that game? Because it was Drew Brees, or was it because of the coaching? Yeah, the Saints when they came back and beat the Skins. Did you see that?
Let me tell you something, man. When you look at the Saints last year compared to the Saints this year, man, they're running the football now, and they're taking the ball out of Drew Brees' hands even more. But when they need Drew Brees to be Drew Brees, he's still Drew Brees, right? I think Ingram got hurt last year. Kamara didn't exist, and they drafted Roundcheck to play tackling the offensive line. So you add an offensive lineman. Michael Thomas is a sophomore now. He's a better receiver. You add Ted Ginn. He can take the top off of defenses. Kamara is a Swiss Army knife. Mark Ingram is healthy. He's running the ball like a maniac. What you think the Saints gonna look like? Then when you need Drew Brees to finally throw the ball, Drew Brees say, "Man, I only had 25 attempts today. Let me go ahead and get 11 straight because y'all ain't overworking me because y'all not putting the whole game in my hands. Let me go be Drew Brees now."
So why did Adrian Peterson didn't fit in that system?
Why didn't Adrian Peterson fit in the Saints system?
Yeah.
Because when Adrian Peterson is in the game, the Saints are one-dimensional, and the other team know that. Like when Peterson in the game, you don't have to worry about Peterson catching the ball. Ingram and Kamara can run and catch the ball, and that's what Sean Payton like to do. So, it's kind of hard to get a beat on what they're doing, man, because they rotate running backs, and they both can do similar things, but they both run different. Adrian Peterson just kind of go north and south these days.
So I said all this is just like me playing chess. Adrian Peterson is what Dez Bryant is to the Cowboys.
Dez Bryant look, man, he's a receiver that's getting paid a lot of money in the salary cap era. And when you get paid a lot of money in the salary cap era, people expect you to play like the people that's making your type of money. So we see Julio Jones and we go, God dog, man. And we see DeAndre Hopkins and Antonio Brown, and we want Dez to do those things. Dez can't do those things. So, we just gonna have to get over that. We just gonna have to stop crying so much.
So at some point, man, I'm sitting here like, man, I'm looking back. I know Dez is the guy in the past. I know 2013, 14, maybe 12. You can sprinkle in 11 too as well. The way he can, take over a game. But I just don't understand if this coaching staff is going to lean and just try to, how can I say this, adhere to his demands, out there on the field. At some point, Dak got to figure out a way to get number 11 involved into the game. He has to figure out a way. I know Jason Witten stayed in a lot to block and help aid the protection out there. But at some point, like you said before we even started, when we was doing the round table talk, at some point we need to see some more of a different approach with the tight end play. Maybe Rico gathers, do we need to stop coddling these players? We need to figure out a way to get them out there on the field. Somehow, some way. I knew concussion put him back, but in some way, somehow, we got to figure out something.
They showed a graphic on the TV or whatever, man. It was like, since Tyron Smith been playing with Dak Prescott, 700 or so snaps, 4 sacks. I'm like, man, that's all right, man. And over the past couple games without Tyron Smith, Dak got sacked 8 times, hit like 25, heard 14. We can't properly assess this team until we get protection up front, man. That's all it is to it. You can holler coaching all you want to. Dak can't do nothing if he getting sacked 8 times in 2 games. And hit 20 sometimes and hurry for 30 in 2 games. It ain't nothing we can do about that. I saw somebody in the comments, Spoonie, say, take the mic back, get this dude off here, tell him shut up. Suck some punk.
Right.
Like I was saying, man, look, man, I can't properly make an assessment on this team till we get our Pro Bowl left tackle back.
Okay,
like
cool.
Alfred Morris could be okay. And we saw flashes of Alfred Morris being okay. But we saw that pressure from the left side. Derek Barnett did well tonight. That's the Eagles' right defensive end. Derek Barnett played well tonight because, Byron Bell kind of terrible. You know what I'm saying? So if Tyron Smith was out there putting hands on young Derek Barnett, the game would probably be much more different, man.
Yes, indeed. So collectively, man, guys, I'm telling you guys, everybody in the chat box, everybody who's listening to this channel, post game or what have you. I mean, if you don't feel upset, and if you guys not understanding a healthy debate is needed, so we can all understand, so we can get this frustration out, then what are we here for? You know what I mean? So we got to have these type of debates so that we can figure out what we need to improve it, because I can be only looking at it from my perspective and Vach's going to look at it from his perspective. So that's why we need to have these type of conversations so that it won't go out to the masses. And like you said, everybody's going to turn on First Take or ESPN come Monday morning and they're going to listen to their opinions. It's good for us to voice our opinions, our thoughts, our concerns about this team, because we naturally, rightfully so, care about this team. We want the best. I want nothing but the best for this team, just like Vouch wants nothing but the best for this team. We need to figure out how can we get back to the 90s, you see what I'm saying, and play like the 94, 95, and what have you, the 92, 93 seasons of the football team, whereas we were winning, we took control of the team, and we played with that aggressive mindset and those type of mentalities. Or even when Bill Parcells was out there, we need to figure out a way, somehow, some way.
Man, Law, I've been around a lot of coaches, man.
Right.
I've coached football for a little bit. I've been around high school, junior college, community college, university, 4-year university, D1 coaches, man. And it always come back to the players. It's coach's responsibility. Well, it was Saturday at the time. So Sunday to Friday is coach's responsibility. But on game day, it's on the players, fam. So we can go and point fingers at anybody we want to. Front office, Jerry Jones, Reggie Bush, Jason Garrett. We can look at whoever we want to. Byron Bell got to go block. Damian Wilson can't miss tackles. Terrence Williams got to catch the ball and not have it deflect off his chest, landing in the other team's hands. Leo Collins got to block Brandon Graham. That's it. There's nothing else Jason Garrett can do that can make Leo Collins block Brandon Graham, that can make Byron Bell block doggone whatever the rookie Derek Barnett. There's nothing else we can do.
Yes, indeed. So, and another thing that I would say, the cons and pros of Jason Garrett, one thing I can say that the players don't give up on Garrett, right? But we don't see like the 2000 and whatever season when they had to fire Wade Phillip when they played against the Green Bay. Remember, everybody gave up and he got fired the next game or something like that. And they went with Garrett, and ever since then, everybody been playing. We're like, okay, we're gonna try to win this game for Garrett. But yes, I understand that. But at some point, Bonch, what will Jason Garrett ever be seen outside of what we collectively, as the fans say in the chat box, fire Garrett, soft Garrett, or blase Garrett? Even I have the same transgressions because I really think that at this point, this is my first time feeling this way because all last year I had my pom-poms, my cheerleaders, I was clapping along with them saying, finish the fight. But this year I'm sitting here like, will it be the same thing from last year? So will Garrett bring us to that?
Law, when the circumstances are not like freakishly out of place or whatever, Jason Garrett not a bad coach. Like when okay, look, let's look at Jason Garrett's like bad seasons, right? Tony was hurt, and Zeke was out, and something else was going on, and it was like his first year head coaching or whatever. Those were Jason Garrett's bad years. Jason Garrett went 8-8 when they had Tony and the team was good. Besides that, Jason Garrett is a playoff coach. And when you get to the playoffs, he's only lost to Aaron Rodgers, twice? It's easy to lose to Aaron Rodgers, fam. So, look, y'all can play head coach roulette if you want to. I always bring this to LSU. Les Miles got fired because he couldn't beat Nick Saban. A lot of people don't beat Nick Saban. You fire Les Miles, LSU looks like a dumpster fire, fam. So y'all can play head coach roulette if you want to. You know something else I don't like about Cowboys fans? They keep saying Jerry Jones got to go. Jerry Jones, fam. We know Steven and Will McClay make the decisions. What are y'all talking about around here, man?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Jerry Jones like the Johnny Walker Blue, baby.
Get on my face, fam.
Man. But man, I'm just so hot about this game. You just don't understand the level of the Eagles fans talking to the most trash. And I know I'm not out there, and maybe I need to blame somebody who's in the chat box who didn't wear their lucky socks. Everybody has a plan to play in this game because we all need to next week. Well, not next week. God. This Thursday, whoever didn't wear their lucky socks, you wear your lucky socks. You wear your lucky T-shirt too as well. We need to win this game come Thursday because if we look like this coming Thursday and Tyron Smith is out there, then I'm going to explode. I might bust a blood vessel out here, man.
No, let me say this, man. Let me say that. You know something else I can't stand too, fam? When people get on to Jason Garrett about clapping when bad things happen. Jason Garrett got that from Nick Saban, fam. If you watch an Alabama game and something bad happened to the Bama side, you see Nick Saban clapping. That's who he got it from. I wish y'all. I want to cuss so bad, but I don't want you to put YouTube. I wish y'all would say, "Oh, Nick Saban, he need to quit clapping." Y'all go Google Nick Saban clapping. That's what he does, and everybody in that family tree claps when bad things happen because it's keeping positive energy to your football team. But if y'all wasn't out here eating the cheese, you'll know better. And people telling me shut up. People telling me to this and that and this and that. Man, please.
Man, I'm just so hot about this game, man. If you now break it down to me, since you got me calmed down just a little bit, looking at things at a different perspective.
What's up?
How the Cowboys would have won this game? Break it down from first quarter through the fourth, if you have the time. Break it down to me.
How would they have won the game?
Yeah, how would they would have won the game? As far as coaching call and the plays, as far as the momentum and what needed to happen in order for us to win this game.
Sheesh, with or without our Pro Bowls.
I mean, without these, I'm talking about you only play with the guys that's out there that's suited up. All of them millionaires supposed to be. How would you have had these guys to win the game?
I tell you what, man, the game wasn't really out of hand, but a couple turnovers put the Eagles in good position. Three turnovers, I say, and one big Jai run put the Eagles in great position. And if those 4 plays kind of didn't happen, it'll be a different situation. Now, 2 of those Dak Prescott turnovers come from pressure coming from the Byron Bell side. Dang. The other interception comes from Terrence Williams bouncing the ball off his chest into the defense's hands, and the Jay Ajayi run put the Eagles in good field position or whatever. So if you cut down on turnovers, the game really wasn't out of hand. I mean, it wasn't a terrible loss. It just looked bad on paper.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because when we say we play without our Pro Bowl players, I'm looking at the Giants. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs today. I'm quite sure they missing a few of their Pro Bowl players, brother.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people in your chat box talking real crazy to me, like they gonna slap me in real life, but I don't really.
Man, y'all get off of us, man. Look, man, you guys chill out, man, because at the same time, I need this type of balance because at this point, I'm sitting here like, in my impression, just in my opinion, and don't crucify me, Cowboys Nation. I was sitting here like Garrett needs to go, Linehan needs to go, and I do know that we 5-5. We don't need to pull a Buffalo Bills scenario where they benched their number one quarterback, quote unquote, because they thought the rookie would be better. And I'm not saying that you have to do that with Dak Prescott. Hell to the no. But what I'm saying is, when I was watching the game, I'm sitting here in the living room with my cousin and his friend or what have you, and we sitting here, and he's sitting there, and he told me this right here, Vach. He said that at this point, I wish that we didn't have Dez Bryant. And I said, man, you crazy? And then he said, let me just tell you to it like this, it seems to me that Dak tries to force the ball to him. And although, we were missing the left guard, they missed Tyron Smith last year, and they played pretty decent without the Tyron Smith. And of course, they didn't force the ball because there was no Dez Bryant, Of course, he got injured on the Chicago game, but he was talking about more so like the 49ers game, the Cincinnati game, and the Green Bay game, But I digress. But I'm looking at it like this, At some point, I thought that Dak was a guy that said, if you can get open, I'll give you the ball. But it doesn't seem like that this year. Maybe the teams have caught on to him. I don't know. Break it down to me, man. Help me out.
I can't help but to look at
let me moonwalk me off the ledge, brother. Moonwalk me off the ledge, brother.
Fam, watch this. There's one cat in your chat box say, real Cowboys fans know what need to be done and not this bandwagon on the phone. Then 3 comments later, this dude says, we need to trade for Andrew Luck. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And look, Law, I'm not some dude that's walking in here trolling.
Right.
I'm not coming in here trying to stir people up and nothing like that. This is really how I feel, because I look at things from a coach's perspective. I did the same thing last year, and people were emotional, but I kept my logic, and people called me crazy. But when you go on my YouTube channel, Vach Lombardi, I did a film session, and I made a lot of sense in my last film session. And y'all just emotional right now, fam. Y'all just emotional right now, and people think this a bad team. Like this ain't the Quincy Carter days, fam. Like we good. Just let us get our Pro Bowlers back, and we'll be fine. Y'all stop being emotional. Don't kill yourself. Don't beat your kids. Don't cuss your wife out, man. Just
make sure you wear your lucky socks come Thursday.
Look, man, just go to bed. Wake up. You're probably gonna get talked about at work tomorrow. Just get through Monday and just move on to the next game, man. That's it.
So who we get back first from these injury? We get Tyron Smith back.
We get Tyron Smith, and Dan Bailey was out there making 50-yard field goals during warm-up, so we might get them back.
All right. So who else
Zeke
we get
got
back?
4 more games.
Zeke
got 2 games until he can appeal again.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes, but he has 4 to 6 more games. 2 to 4 more games left in his
2 to 4 more
left his situation or whatever.
So we get him back. I don't have the schedule in front of me. It looks like the Seattle game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we get him
Wake
back.
up this
all right,
Shut up.
And we get Sean Lee back when? Who else we got in the house, man? We got somebody else in the house?
Sean Lee is a growing injury, so I mean he should be back, not for the Chargers game, but the game after that. He should be back for the Redskins, and that's also a Thursday night game. So.
Do we or do we don't make the playoff, Vach? 5-5 now, right?
We're at 5-5 right now. I think as long as we stay within 5 and 6 losses, we'll be fine. Man, I need Jerry Jones to pull some type of Illuminati card to get Zeke back on the field, man.
I didn't think I'd be crying for Zeke this much, man. But Zeke, please come back, man, and don't mess with that girl no more, man. Just leave that girl alone,
It's funny, man. People used to, make that argument. Oh, you can take any running back and put it behind this offensive line. Boy, I bet y'all ungrateful. A word. See how good Zeke is now, though, huh? But you missing Zeke out.
I mean, Zeke turned 2 into 3, 4 yards, and he take a 1 yard, a negative yard, and turn it to 3. And I'm quite sure the philosophy. I mean, I'm going back to this, man. Does Zeke help aid the coaching staff and their decision making on throwing the ball? When it was like, I think Alfred Morris bust out a good little decent run. It was like second and it was like first and 10. He ran all the way down. It was like second and 2. Mm-hmm. They rolled the ball out, they passed, and then from there we kind of somehow sort of like close to the money zone, which is what I call the red zone, whatever you call it. And from there, drop ball or something like that. And then we run it on third and forever. My philosophy, if you're a running team, run that sucker on second down. You second and 2, Mm-hmm. But they line up in a weird formation, like a pistol formation. And I do know that if we make that play, then we geniuses. But it just seemed like that wrinkle. Everybody knew where they was going with the ball. There wasn't no uniqueness to it, and we end up putting the ball away.
Zeke gives you situational run play confidence or whatever. Like, that if it's like 3rd and 3, you can give the ball to Zeke and you'll be fine. But if it's 4th and 1, you feel comfortable giving it back to him. You see what I'm saying? Like, like 4th and 2, you wouldn't give Alfred Morris the football. You know what I'm saying? You probably. Man, but Zeke's a big part of this offense, man. People really, see it now. You got some emotional people in your chat box. I keep taking it back to your chat box, but 88 factor. I don't know if he just likes man attention, but he gonna give himself a hand cramp all this doggone typing he doing at me, man. I don't understand. I don't get it, fam.
88 factor, man. Let me see, man.
That's your homie, man.
I don't even know him, man. Salute to 88
He's not
factor.
One of those Lombardi faithful, man.
Is this Dez Bryant himself?
Yeah, no, it ain't Dez Bryant. That's some bum. That's some bum sitting at the crib with nothing better to do that wish he could have a conversation with the great Law Nation. But
come on, man. Alfred Morris stutter steps a lot and notice. This is a game changer, man. He said Alfred Morris stutters a step a lot. I noticed that. What is his run technique, man? Is he a zone runner?
Man,
what is he, man?
He's a one cut guy. He sees it, then he changes direction based on the block. I will say Zeke, when you watch Zeke run, he shows patience, then he shows burst. Alfred showed you a lot of tiptoeing today, man. He showed you a lot of indecision, And when Byron Bell's over there, it's easy to be indecisive. I agree. And we saw Alfred run better going towards the right side, but sometimes he would tiptoe over there. But the lack of explosion is clear. Clear.
How much did Alshon Jeffries changed the how much did he actually help? Because I saw them guys dropping the ball. I said, oh yes, this is like 2016 not Giants, Pillsville in the house. You say go Giants, but it looked like 2016 Eagles when he was dropping the ball. And then when Alshon Jeffries, that guy can catch, man. That guy got some stickum on that hand.
Yeah.
How much of a game changer is he for the Eagles,
Alshon Jeffries, he's a good player, but I don't think he's I'm gonna marginally change the defense type of good player. I mean, he's as good as Carson Wentz lets him be. I mean, when he's in Chicago and he has good quarterback play, he's a good receiver. When he has bad quarterback play, he drops a lot of those passes. Carson Wentz has good ball placement. And Alshon made some good catches. He's a big body dude. Jordan Lewis was on him. Jordan didn't do bad on Alshon, and that's the funny thing about Jordan. Like, he's a little dude, but he plays big. He's just short. So he didn't do bad against Alshon Jeffrey. But Alshon was the 6'4" guy in that exchange. But
is Anthony Brown having a sophomore slump?
He's having a bad year. I don't know he gives a lot of people like cushion to run routes with. I kind of like him when he's physical, when he's up in the wide receiver's face, when he jams up a little bit, but when he gives people 8-yard cushions, I don't know if he has a confidence issue, thinking people are gonna run past him or something like that. He was playing Torrey Smith a bunch, and he gave him a lot of room. But when you give Torrey Smith room, he gets open down under, and I don't really understand his tactics, man. But last year he was what made him so good was he was physical and he was a tackler, and I got to see a little bit more of that from him, though. So I mean, sophomore slump. I don't want to call it a slump, but he's not as good as he was last year.
No doubt. Somebody keeps saying Game Changer saying Justin March littered. I don't even think that he was out there.
I didn't see him.
I didn't see him at all. So that's what I think of him. I didn't see him. So it's just one of those things, man. Country Club is on is the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think it's a country club. I just think that, man, only thing that just upset me is kind of like having a child and you know that they can score like a 3.0 or 3.5 or 4.0 GPA. They smart, they got the capabilities, and they coming home with D's and C's and F's. So I just look like that way. But like you said, we missing 5 Pro Bowlers,
four
Pro Bowlers, and the team should play like that. But it's just one of those things, man. I thank you for calming me down just a little bit, but I'm still kind of upset at Dez a little bit,
As you should be, man. You know what it is, man. The only reason you're upset at Dez is because he makes 15 mil, 16 mil. When Dez is a part of the offense and we win, man. Any given day, somebody can go off out of this receiver core. It could be Bryce, Terrence, Dez, or Bees. That's just how it's set up. Dak pretty much gets the ball to the open guy. But you don't like the fact, well, if Dak is just going to get the ball to the open guy, let's just not pay 16 mil for Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? That's people's angle. And I understand that angle. But, if you just forget that Dez makes $16 million, just because look, Beasley got paid too. Beasley make like what, $5-6 million or something like that, something like that. And Beasley ain't been tearing it up this year. So
bracket coverage, and they rolled the safety over the top on Dez. It's just that, okay, if Dez is going to be average at best out there on the field, and I hate to say that coming out of my mouth to you guys' ears out there. And we got the likes of T. Will of the world, and why I really not gonna go in on T. Will. Already know what I'm talking about. Botch. With T. Will and Bryce Butler, if these guys just doesn't show up, man, that's just the problem, man. They gotta win their one-on-ones, and I don't think that we can argue so much and say that Dak is not putting the ball where it needs to be. But come on, one-on-one. Some way, somehow, these guys are supposed to win these matchups. I don't think everybody got that world-class shutdown defense on them guys. They should get some type of separation.
Yeah, we can probably use an upgrade at the wide receiver situation. I'll give you that. That's not emotional. That's we can probably use an upgrade speed wise, hand wise. I think we need more receivers that complement Prescott and how he plays.
What would be their receiver? Would a T.Y. Hilton, if we'd have spanned the form a little bit and said, you know what, we're gonna go out. T.Y. looking like he needed to get, and I know that was Andrew Luck's best weapon, and I don't think the coach would probably be committing suicide to get rid of him. But if we'd have threw some money at him and we'd have got him and threw out some picks, maybe we're trying to coddle these 3rd and 4th round picks. Maybe we threw him a 3rd or 4th and we got some compensatory picks. Maybe we'd have ran out and got T.Y. Hilton. Now you got T.Y. Hilton out there and Dez. Would that be a better compliment out there for Dak?
T.Y. would help, but he's still more of a gunslinger option. When you look at these quarterbacks that do surgery, how how the Redskins have like Jamison Crowder. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the quickie, handsy type of guy or whatever.
Right.
That's that kind of dude. The Zay Jones type of guys, the Danny Amendola type of guys. Those type of guys that run routes and get open. Not so much of the. I have a theory, man, because I do draft videos too, man. I think the big receiver is becoming more and more less popular than the small get open guy. When you look at Dez and Bryce, those are two bigger guys. But when you look around the league, is leaning more towards the timing routes. When you look at the Rams, right, like they got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Both those guys are route running, sure hand guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dak Prescott is going to need some more receivers like that. And Switzer is he's a receiver like that. But Dez and Bryce and Terrence kind of take over the court right now. So we'll see how off season. And look, man, I saw some people that were saying throw some money at these people. Go and make a big free agent splash there and trade for a guy here. You still got to pay Zach Martin, David Irvin, and somehow DeMarcus Lawrence. So let's not get ahead of your books there.
Yes, indeed. And the Minnesota Vikings will not. And I'm gonna tell you, I bet my bottom dollar that Adam Thielen go.
Absolutely.
That's an up and rising star, man. They ain't gonna let that kid go. He reason why they won that game this today. Well, one of the reasons. That joker took that.
But listen, man, Law, it's been great. I gotta go. I just want to make one last point, man. These people in the comment section, it's so funny because I got them on my TV while I'm talking to you, man. Talking about I'm a fake Cowboys fan or I'm a bandwagon guy. My favorite player of all time is Larry Allen. You know what I'm saying? I was here kind of in the Quincy Carter era. I'm 25 years old. So I'm here in the Quincy Carter era, the Roy Glover, Dat Win, those guys. You know what I mean? So I've been doing this Cowboys thing for a while, man. This just ain't some brand new keep up with Law Nation thing. So, 88 Factor, the other little dude that was talking crazy to me, the other guy with the N-word in his name, sucks on punk, get a life.
No doubt,
appreciate
man.
A lot, Nation.
Hey, before you run, man, where can they find you at, though, man?
Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. I drop Cowboys film every week, detailed Cowboys film, and everything I say, I'll be backing it up in that video. So this ain't just me shooting the shot, man. In math class, you got to show your work. I show my work.
No doubt, man. That guy right there, man, speaks the truth, guys. And hey, man, he's one of those guys that's out there putting out hard work, effort, out there putting videos out there, because you do know the YouTube universe is kind of crazy how you got to do a lot of stuff to put a video out there for you guys to see.
Hello, wait a minute.
Film. Go ahead. Do your thing, bro.
One last point before I go, man. I know people want to trade these 4th round picks, these 5th round picks. I know that's the cute thing to say. But man, where will we be right now without Dak Prescott? You know what I'm saying? So you may want to trade one of those picks to go get Jay. You never know what your late round pick could turn into. So I'm just gonna say that and leave, man. Take it easy, man. Thanks for having me.
Peace and fish grease, brother. Yeah, guys, I'm about to wrap it up too, man. It's my time too as well. I really thank everybody for tuning in and supporting the show and watching everything. We got a lot of uphill battle to go. We 5-5. The candlelight is not all the way out. If we went out, I was saying if you get 10 wins, you get into the playoffs. And that's all that matters. If you can get 10 wins, get into the playoffs, maybe you can make some things shake. I do know that I lamented earlier that once we get into playoffs, maybe we can be the same thing. But maybe, what if Aaron Rodgers was our Achilles heel? Maybe we can go to the playoffs. Maybe we can win these 11 games straight like we did before. Well, 11 games be beyond the playoffs. But hopefully, man, Zeke can come back and make a little spark. And everybody can be happy because the coaching staff will be able to make their necessary adjustments. And they can call better plays when you got number 21 back there in the backfield. It's just like any other thing. If you look back, I can go all the way back to the 90s. he won. We couldn't win a game without number 22 back there. You know, we barely won when he's not out there on the field. So maybe the factor is that 21 is everything for us as far as this offense shake. That's been my time, guys. I really thank you guys for yours. I salute Fox Lombardi for joining in. And hey, guys, it is what it is. We got to have a different opinions out there. Remember, those who are having different opinions is still of the same thoughts. When you try to change and force somebody different to a different opinion, so it's always best to voice your own opinion and be who you are, stand truth of who you are, to hold the ground to what you believe in, and that's what I believe in too as well. And that's been my time. I thank you guys for yours, and remember, you listening to nothing but the best. Luke, I'm out.